The market consolidates all day, closing slightly higher. Now they've sold off a little bit after hours. Are the bulls still in control? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so with the market consolidating all day today and no one really taking control, the bulls were unable to push up out of the wave 4 support area to get a solid start on wave 5. They are now coming back down to test the lows and need to hold those lows if we're going to look for an immediate move higher. I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit those subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P update, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so with the market consolidating all day today, we have a couple different paths to look at. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 30-minute futures chart for the S&P 500, and I've zoomed in a little bit here because we've been zoomed out to the 2-hour view for a while so we could see the bigger picture. And now I want to zoom in on this last move up here so that we can see the key levels and the moves a little bit better and see the action a little bit better in here because it's pretty sloppy and we'll need to understand it. We're still following the basic 3 paths that we've been talking about. And we'll start with the main path, the bullish path, or at least the bullish for now path until it reverses. And that is that we finished wave 3 and we are in wave 4. I thought we would be starting wave 5, but we got, as I said, sloppy action up here and sloppy action down. Okay, and this tells me we probably need another low for wave 4. So there are a couple ways that that could happen. We could just see a spike lower and then a reversal and start wave 5 up. But you do have an A, B, C setup here that points down towards 39.14, which essentially lines up with the 50% retracement, which is the second most common wave 4 target after the 382. So they came down and hit the 382, bounced up, and are now pointing at the 50% retrace, which would be the second most common target for a wave 4 here. So those would be the 2 most likely things. However, if we are going to try to press immediately higher, then it would most likely be in a diagonal, meaning that this wave 5 would have 5 waves in it that are all made up of 3 wave structures. So you'd have an A, B, C up for 1, an A, B, C down for 2 right here. And then you'd have an A, B, C up for 3 that should target the 40-23 region. And then an ABC down in 4 and an ABC up in 5 that would target the 40-30 to 4100 region, just depending on how high they try to push in wave 3 if they want to play out that diagonal. But I don't trust diagonals, so if they do press higher, that would be the most likely path. Or we could have this be an A, B, and then a C up here a little higher, and then a move down to a slightly lower low for wave 4 to complete. So wave 4s are very sloppy and messy and hard to follow. So there's always a lot of different options until we get a clean break up out of them in the start of wave 5. So they're pretty hard to trade as we know. And for that reason, we need to see a clean setup to give us this wave 5 higher. But that remains the primary, even with all this sloppy action, because when you have a good pattern going and then it gets sloppy to the upside and sloppy to the downside, the prevailing pattern generally follows through in that case. Our secondary count, guys, is the same basic look. However, this resolves this wave 4. We come up to here, and instead of this being an ABC, as you can see in brackets here, we have the orange 3. And then we would look for a pullback in 4, okay? And that pullback would hold the 39.70 region, just depending on where this wave 3 tops. And then it would head higher towards 4,200 more directly, giving us a 5-wave leading diagonal off the low that we've been talking about. So that's our secondary, but we're kind of focused in on the this leg up here. So for the bearish pattern, we have to be a little bit careful in the fact that this move down off the high could be counted as 5 waves. So you could call it a wave 1, and then maybe you're getting an A, B, and then a C up for 2, and then we could see a sharp sell-off in 3 down to start wave 5 lower to break the 36.40 low that we've been talking about in our other videos. So key levels to hold for our patterns today. 39.14 is the target for this C wave down. The bulls really need to hold over 39.09, which is our wave 1 high over here. It's 39.0950, I believe, because if wave 4 breaks into that, obviously that invalidates the count unless it's going to be a diagonal, and I don't see that being the case. So we need to hold over 39.0950, but I'd really like to hold this 39.14 area if they're going to do that in an ABC down. Okay, Over on the NASDAQ, we have a similar but not identical setup. The NASDAQ still has room down to 212,237 for its 382 retracement, which it really needs to hold because it had a pretty high wave 1 here. So we would need to hold that 12,237 and then push higher from there up towards our target at 12,828. And we would look for that to be the most likely path on the NASDAQ. However, if they do break down below this wave 1 high, then it's very possible on the NASDAQ that this was all of this A wave, because it did exceed our 1.0 extension target here at 12,545. So the NASDAQ has pushed very well while the ES lagged. So NASDAQ overshot it and ES was just short. So it's possible that both of them have topped and we're pulling back in the B waves for both. But ideally, we have one more high, we hold this level, and we push higher. So the NASDAQ needs to hold 12,237 and ultimately above this high over here at, let's see, where is it? 12,212. And then if they can hold that and push higher and complete this A wave or this wave 3 in the leading diagonal setup, then we would look for the pullback either in wave 4 or this B wave down here to tell the story moving forward from there. So the NASDAQ wants to hold support and move up one more time towards this 12,828, but we could conceive it that on both charts, the high is in for this A wave, and we would be starting our B wave pullback at that time. So if they break support, next level of support would be the B wave area, and from there, we would see if we can hold and move higher. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there to check it out, become part of our trading team and family, and make sure you love it before you ever spend a penny. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, okay, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades last anywhere from a few days to a few months. But lately, we've been day trading a little more often due to the volatility of the market. However, if you're looking for consistent day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. You see these guys hitting 800, 1400% gains, and that's based on the structure where he gets you in very cheap and you can get big multiples on your money. It's kind of a unique trading style that you have to see to understand, which is why we give you that 7-day free trial to make sure it's for you. Okay, he also put $4,000 in a challenge account where he trades using mini ES futures and disciplined trading methods to build that account slowly, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a big retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in here so we can make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We're looking for the ES to possibly have another low as 39.14 and then push higher from there in wave 5 of this C wave or wave 3 to complete this bigger A wave. However, if they do break below 39.14, they need to hold 39.0950 to keep this structure valid. Otherwise, they could invalidate and have the top of the A wave in here. We also have the potential for this being a wave 4 and this being wave 1 down, looking for a bigger wave 2 up, and then a wave 3 down from there that would sell off very sharply to new lows. Over on the NASDAQ, they have not reached the 382 at 12,237 yet, so we would look for them possibly to pull back to there and then start the move up, but they need to hold over this 12,212 region over at wave 1's high in order to not invalidate the move up. And from there, we would look for them to target the 828 region. Again, we could conceive that the top is in here, and then we would look at B wave support. And if that doesn't hold, we would look down towards 10,600 to 10,500. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.